La 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 la. Okay, I'm ready. I'm not ready. Welcome back to another episode of Mr. Mixer. Today we are going to be taking a look at the K5SS full race style of the KitchenAid mixer. We're going to be teaching you how to re-grease this machine. Now this machine is actually the successor to the K5A, which is widely revered as the holy grail of mixers, or the best machine that KitchenAid has ever made. And to be quite honest, I agree. This is a fantastic machine, very sturdy, one of the best ones they've ever made. Let's hop to it. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to the man behind the camera.
Me? What's going on, guys? I'm Jake. So I am in charge of all the tech stuff. I do a lot of the support stuff, and then anything else that Mr. Mixer over here, the star.
It's so easy a caveman can do it, if you can't tell by this guy's awesome hobo-ish appearance.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say I love you. Everyone say hi to Jake.
Hello.
No, seriously. Say hi. I want to hear you say hi. One more thing before we get on to the mixer. Let's take a look at what we've been doing this week. Now, we've been pretty busy. We actually do a lot more than just mixers around here, or at least when we have the time. We picked up some awesome sandwich presses. These are just some large industrial panini presses. We're working to get these things refurbished and get ready to get these up for sale. Pretty interesting. These are heavy-duty machines. This is something that you would find in a commercial kitchen. They're about $3,000 a piece, so they might not look like it, but they're fairly expensive. Now, we take a look over here. We've also picked up a bunch of these 20-quart Hobart machines. Take a look at that beauty. The Hobart A200 is Hobart's 20-quart machine, and these things are beasts. If you're looking to upgrade your kitchen, get a larger capacity machine, Hobart is the gold standard when it comes to these mixers. And believe it or not, KitchenAid actually used to be owned by Hobart. In the near future, we will actually be doing some how-tos on these larger machines as well. So, stay tuned for that. Alright, let's dive right in. The first thing we're going to want to do is remove this drip ring right here. Just a flathead screwdriver, you just put it right on the lip, and we'll just give that a few little taps here. There she goes. Alright, the next thing we're going to want to do is remove the back cap. It's just one Phillips head screw. We'll just loosen that up just like so. Now when these things come off, they actually pull out a little bit, and then you just lift them up and out. You see these little tabs right here. They actually sit on these little edges right there. The next thing we're going to want to do is remove the beauty band, this silver trim band here. It can be accomplished with just a Phillips head screwdriver. There's one screw on each side, so we'll just go ahead and loosen those bad boys up. Make sure to set these off somewhere to the side. I generally like to sit them down here in the bottom of the mixing bowl, or on the base plate of the machine. It just helps keep them organized. We'll go ahead and get that other one removed as well. Now to remove this band, you just simply pull away, and it'll just pop on off, just like so. Take a look at all that gunk and oil and nasty stuff that's leaked out of the machine and was trapped behind the band. Okay, the next step in the process is probably the most intimidating part. It's removing this pin right here that holds the planetary in place. Now all you're going to need for that is a 1/8 inch punch and a hammer. Now when you're hitting these pins, make sure that you're hitting them deliberately. I mean, you don't want to just tap on these things. You actually want to get it lined up and get a solid hit, just like so. And just like that, out she comes. Alright, now with the pin removed, it's time to actually remove this planetary here. Sometimes this can be achieved by simply twisting and pulling down, but it seems this one is not going to be friendly. So what we can do is just take a flathead screwdriver, and we'll actually slide it up between the screw here and that planetary, and we can just pry a little bit, see if we can't get that to wiggle loose. Now this one is being a real pain, so we're actually going to take 2 screwdrivers. We're going to get one on each side here, just for a little extra prying power. And there she goes. She started to break loose there. Now, it can be a good idea to have a towel or something on the base of your machine just to make sure that this doesn't fall out and damage your paint on your machine, because sometimes they will pop loose and really just come flying out of there. Just like that. Now that we've got the planetary removed, we actually need to remove the head from the base. Now, one thing you may notice about this style of machine is that they have 4 large bolts around the outside here, and these are what actually hold this head onto the base of the machine. Now, to remove these bolts, you need a Phillips head 3 bit and a 1/4 inch driver. We actually offer both of these on our website if you're interested. To just get them off, we literally just plug them in and loosen them up here. Just like so. Now, you want to be careful when you get to the very last bolt here, because these things are so top heavy that they can actually fall off of this base once you have the last screw out. So it's a good idea whenever you get the last screw out, or whenever you're working to get the last screw out, you always want to keep pressure right on the back of the machine to hold the base in place. Otherwise, like I said, it can fall off. Remember, again, take note, I'm working on the last one here. You can see how my hand's up here holding pressure on the machine just to make sure it doesn't fall off the base. All right, now that we have all 4 screws removed, we're just going to kind of wiggle this until it comes off. Look, there we go, right off the base. Now, if you want to take quick note of how that mounts onto there, you see these 2 little guided holes here. They actually sit on top of these little pins and just sit right into place. Okay, we got the head off the base of the machine. Now we just want to literally turn it over. It's always a good idea to have a towel or something underneath it, especially if you're working on any kind of surface that may be abrasive, because we don't want to damage the paint on these machines. Now we're ready to start removing the screws. That way we can separate the upper and lower housing. So all we're going to need here is a flathead screwdriver, and we're just going to take all of these screws out here. There are 5 in the head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 in the body here, 1, 2, and then 2 longer ones in the back here, 1, 2. All right, I just want to show you the difference in these screws real quick. So the ones that come from around the head here actually have a shaft on them here. A shank is what they call it. And you can see the other one is fully threaded. So when you go to replace these, make sure that the ones with the shank are going around the head of the machine. All right, now that we have all the screws removed from around the planetary and the 2 in the body, we actually have to remove these 2 in the back here. Now these ones are quite a bit longer. We'll go ahead and start removing one here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, they are quite a bit longer, almost twice as long as the other ones. Remember, these go here in the back. All right, now that we have all of the screws out, now we need to separate the upper and lower housings here. This can be done by taking a towel just to prevent your machine from getting damaged. You wrap it around a flathead screwdriver like so, and sneak it into one of these side openings here, and just give it a little pry. Pry that right up. Now, this is just going to help loosen it up to make sure that you can get it off a lot easier, because sometimes they can be stuck on there fairly good. All right, now you can see we got her pried up a little bit. Now this upper and lower housing is just ready to completely separate, so it should just pull away here. There we go. And take a look. Now we have revealed the gears and the grease. Now we're ready to start changing this grease out. So now that we got everything split up and you can see the grease, take a look at this gear here. Now this gear is actually just absolutely fried. You can see that all the teeth are basically just eaten right off of it. This is what they should look like. That's what it looks like right there. Thank you so much for watching. This concludes the disassembly of the machine. If you want to learn how to do the re-greasing process and want help with the assembly, watch parts 2 and 3. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us to help other people. Also, if you need any parts, grease, or tools, check out our website. We'll link it in the description. Well guys, I really would have liked to have had this video out in late December so I could have said something stupid like, see you next year, but I got busy. But here it is. Stay tuned for part 2 and 3. Coming soon.